So let's do a recap on abuse. Ladies, if you're experiencing domestic abuse, find someone to speak to about it, someone who can help you get out of the situation. It is not good to stay in an abusive situation. I know it's hard to leave after spending a long time with that man, after your heart has been in it for so long, after you have built a home, after you have children. But it's very important that you leave from an abusive situation, escape the abuse. It is better to leave earlier than later. And if you have children, it affects your children. So leave the abuse, escape domestic abuse. You can go to the precinct when different episodes happen and report it. So at least they will have it on file. If anything goes wrong, they have record that something was happening to you. Also, you can take out a protection order. Once you make that step to leave, just go to your local precinct and inquire about a protection order, and they will tell you where you can go to apply for one and get a protection order out so that you can have that barrier between you and the man. And hopefully he will abide by it. But that's a step to get a protection order so it can be served to him, so he can stay away from you and not be able to harm you again. And then while you have separated yourself, whether with a protection order or not, take that time to think about your self-worth. Take that time to think about the safety of your children and what your children are learning and how it's affecting your children. Think about it all. Think about how it's even affecting you mentally, emotionally. Because we all know that abuse causes a lot of damage. Not only the physical abuse, but even emotional abuse. If you're experiencing physical, then you're definitely experiencing emotional abuse as well. And you see how it makes you feel. It gives you low self-esteem. You start to have no self-worth. You start to feel like you are of no value. And your children somewhat feels the same as well, because sometimes your children feels hopeless or helpless that they can't help mommy. So flee the abuse. Ask someone to help you. If you need to leave while he is there, the abuser is there, then you want to get a male figure to return to the home or come to the home so that you can get your things and leave. Or you can also ask a cop to accompany you as well, even better. Ask a cop to accompany you to get your things. Or if there's physical abuse that happened, you can go and file a complaint. If you're afraid to do that while the abuser is in the same location as you, maybe in the same home with you at the time, you can go later on or next day when you can get out the house and file a complaint that this abuse took place, and they can go with you to arrest him. And then you can take it from there. They will take him out the home, and set it all up for you to get a protection order with a district attorney. They will go over everything with you, and you will get a protection order so that he cannot return to the home. So this way you are not left out on the streets or in a shelter. And then you will fight the rest in court. But take the step to escape the abuse. You can also call the domestic abuse hotline. You can Google it. I won't give a number out because if you're watching this, you may not live in America, so that number wouldn't help you. And so just go into Google and Google what your hotline is for domestic abuse in your country or wherever you are. Or you can call someone and ask them, search for the information, or again, you can go to the precinct and get the information, because at the precinct they have domestic abuse advocates, and who will sit down and help you to sort things out. Even after an arrest, the domestic abuse will advocate will also assist you with different things. They can give you different alarms in your home to help you out. And also counseling. Counseling is good to have. You need counseling to get your mind back together so that you can start to build up your self-worth, to build you up, right? When you escape domestic abuse, it's now time to work on yourself. You've been giving all of you to this man. Now it's time to work on you. You got to build yourself back up, because there's no doubt you have been broken down by being belittled, being told the most disgusting things, and being tormented every day with every evil that is coming out of this person. So escape the abuse and save your life. I'm sure you see it on the news, hear it all the time. More women are just dying from domestic abuse. Escape before the last hour. Escape the abuse. And in court, if you don't have a lawyer, they will assign you a lawyer. Your children also will be assigned a lawyer. Maybe they will also get children's services involved. Don't worry. It's to just make sure things are going in order, and to give some order where you, the children, and the abuser is concerned. It may seem like a scary thing, but it's a good thing. So because it won't be against you, the mother, the victim. If they call child services, it will be against the abuser, because and the charge and the offense is with child services is that this man did an action or committed acts that was not safe for children to be around. So that's what that's about. So you don't have to fear if the district attorney happens to call child protective services. It's just another advocate, pretty much, to make sure the kids are okay and all of that. You will get the home visits because the children will live with you, but that's okay. All this is necessary in the process, and just see it out and pray, right? You won't need, the counseling is good, the counselor is good, and all the other human help, but you also need God to see you through, especially when you're dealing with things in court, right? You want to ask God to be your unseen lawyer, the judge, and everything and everyone that's involved. Ask God to take their place, because God knows what you have been through. He knows what you have suffered, and you're trying to escape this now to better yourself and for your children, to live in a more healthier environment. And so all the process that you will deal with will be long and exhausting at times, but it is necessary to escape the abuse and to protect yourself at the same time and protect your children. So along with the human help, also include God. Pray. And just trust God on this to leave the abuse. If you feel like you just have to escape the home, then go ahead and do that. But if this man has physically harmed you, you don't have to run out of the home. You can go to the precinct and file the complaint, and they can come and arrest him. Don't go back to the home on your own, and make sure that you come with the cops, okay? Just in case he figure that you have left the home to do something. Or if this person seems extremely dangerous and you don't want to call the cops while the offense happened, you can always go later in the day or the next day or at any time. Just go when you can be out the house without him and make the report, and they will assist you. You know what happened to you. You know what you're saying is the truth. So that's all you need to be concerned with, that you're telling the truth, and you're not, and um and God will be with you. Just pray and trust God and align yourself with God, and He will be with you every step of the way. And this is your time to think about yourself, your children, the safety of your children, having them in a healthy home, also having a healthy environment for yourself, for your mental health. Um, but if you ever contemplate suicide, don't do it. Suicide, the end of it is hell, and that's just the truth. So imagine going through the hell that you're going through, and then you open up your eyes and you're in a greater hell. So suicide is not the way. Just seek someone for counseling, um, and do what you need to do. There are some things God will just fix it. There's some things you have to take action, and more so likely a domestic abuse situation, you have to take action. You have to take action. So take the action. Do what you need to do to protect yourself, to save your life. Your children need you. They need their mother. And for you to not be a statistic, and to live a healthy life, healthy and safe life. And just be vigilant when you have a protection order. Make sure you're always looking around, because some abusers will try to break the protection order. Make sure as soon as you get in your car at all times, you hit that lock button to lock the car. You observe your environment when you're getting out of your car. Try not to go out in the nights, and just try everything to be safe. Install cameras, install alarms. Make sure you change the locks immediately. If that man gets taken out of the home by the cops, make sure you change the locks immediately. Don't wait till the next day, next week. Immediately, because some will return to harm you and to kill you. So make sure you change the locks immediately. Take it very seriously. Also, when you get a protection order, notify the schools so that they will know that this person cannot pick up your kids from the school, and you give them a copy of the protection order. If it's a situation where you live in America, I'm not sure if every country have it, where you may be watching me from, but if it's a situation where it's tough for you to pay the bills in the house, do what you have to do until you pick up a job or a better job, or until things get better. Do what you have to do, meaning get food stamps, whatever help there is out there from the government, get it. Ask about it. Ask about what can help you to survive, right? Just until things are better for you financially. This is not the time to be too proud to receive those things. Do what you have to do. If it so happens that you end up in a shelter, pray for sure. See if there's a family member who could help you, put you up. Maybe if they can keep the kids, if they don't want to take you all, or your child if you just have one child. But pray and ask God to just work something out. In some of the shelters, they will also seek to try to find you an apartment. If you sign up with different services, there are so many different services that you can turn to, especially if you live in America. I don't know, I can't speak for the other countries. I just know the different things here, as I live in America. And just be safe, and do what you have to do. Action. If you're a Christian woman watching this and you have a struggle, whether you're in the, you have a title in the church, he has a title in the church, you're just a regular church goer, but you feel the pressure about divorce and all of this stuff, not to divorce. Don't worry about divorce right now. It's about just escaping the abuse, okay? Separating yourself from that danger, separating your children from that unhealthy living, okay? That's what it's about right now when you're trying to get out of it. You can consider divorce and all those things at that time. And as you're considering whether divorce or God fixing things, time will tell, right? But pay attention to the sweet words that the abuser will come to you with. They will always come with that to try to lure you back in. They will give you false promises and say, I won't do it again. I just lost myself. All those things they'll say and cry and weep, but it's just to pull you back in under the control and all of that, because they don't want to try to retrain another person. I'm gonna say it like that. Yes, because that's what happened to our minds in an abusive situation. They train our minds to think and feel a certain way, right? They break us down mentally, emotionally, and otherwise. So they don't want to retrain another person under their control. So they want to have you back, even though they want to mistreat you and continue to mistreat you. God bless the ones who have changed. God bless them. But not many men will change from the abusive ways. So what you can do, if you're wondering if you should return to this person or believe this person, say, I'm going to date you first. Right? So you don't move back in with the person. You just date the person. And whether it's the husband, boyfriend, whatever. And during that time, trust me, it will come out. It will come out if that person is still angry and aggressive and all of that. A situation where abuse is concerned, when a man is like that, only God can deliver that man, right? It's not easily, it's not a thing where it can just be counted out 1, 2, 3. Deliverance is needed. The spirit of anger, rage, spirit of abuse is reigning in that person, the strong man spirit. Rebellious spirit, all of that. So that person is now seeing you in a different light through different eyes. So to lure you back in, it's just to continue the abuse. So you just want to, just say, hey, I'm going to date you first and see, and believe, trust me, it will show up if that person is the same. Pay attention to their words, and it will be sweet and smooth as butter, as the Bible says. But in their hearts are drawn swords, okay? So, and especially if you're dealing with a narcissistic person, you can check my page for a video on narcissism and narcissistic abuser. They are on another level of abusive person. They are of another character, right? So they know how to really sweet talk you and sound real and true. So just think about the many times that you have given this person a chance and a chance and a chance, and they still stay the same, or most times get worse, right? So now that you have escaped, take that and run with it. Run with it. Run. And if you're dealing with a narcissistic person, really the best thing to do is to no contact. That's the best thing. You have children with them. It's hard to say rid them out of your life totally. You're going to see them at some point when you have to exchange the kids for visitation, all of that. But as far as communicating and all of that, it's better off if you have no contact, because once they get in your ears with the sweet words and pull you back in, and not only that, the abuse will continue. When they get upset when you're not giving in, they'll start to tell you horrible things, right? Curse at you, and that's the abuse still continuing. And if you're separated, you should not be still going through that abuse. So just be vigilant and pay attention, and just keep in mind that you have now escaped. This is your freedom. Seek to just free yourself of the abuse, and be careful not to be pulled back in. I was pulled back in many times, hoping and praying that this change would come. It never did. It just got worse. But thank God I have escaped now, and freedom is a wonderful thing. Oh yes, so run into your freedom. Escape the imprisonment. They imprison you, not physically, but mentally. They imprison you. And so free yourself from mental slavery, right? I think Bob Marley sings that song, free yourself from mental slavery. They put you in mental slavery, emotional slavery, right? The door is open, but it's as if it's locked, you can't get out. So free yourself from all that slavery, break free, and escape the fishbowl, jump into another one where you're by yourself, not in a fishbowl where they're like a big black cat looking at you, right, under control. um, so escape the abuse, whether it's verbal, physical, and emotional. It just covers everything: mental, emotional, all of that. Psychological abuse all covers under emotional abuse. Escape, escape, escape. But definitely physical abuse, you definitely want to run, seek help, get out of it, because it could lead to death. It's happening way too much, and you can't even control it. People are seeking to control it, but you really can't control it. You really can't stop it, because it's a spirit. It's a spirit. It's a spirit. You can't negotiate with the spirit. You can't counsel a spirit. You know, so it's just a difficult situation. Only God. So flee the abuse. It's good for you. It's good for your children, and God will help you. Just put yourself in Him, and He will help you do an ultimate escape. Take care now.